文章标题：青少年的死亡重新点燃了种族歧视问题。尽管法国的内部大臣指出，这天晚上比之前的很多天都要平静。星期六，法国的警察还是逮捕了719个人，在抗议在这个国家进行到第15天的晚上。17岁的少年叫拉黑尔 M， 他的葬礼在巴黎拉特哈的郊区举行。这个青少年来自阿尔及利亚的青少年，曾经生活在这里，并且被一个警察给杀害。上周二，拉黑尔被枪击，近距离的射程被一个警官在一个交通停靠点。视频显示有2个长官在拉黑尔黄色奔驰的窗旁，其中一个人拿着他的枪指着这个青少年。当拉黑尔向前开车的时候，这个长官朝着挡风玻璃开了枪。他的死亡触发了抗议和暴乱，在法国的很多城市。法国的金融部长 Bruno 他说，有超过700个店铺、超市、餐厅和银行的分行被打劫、洗劫，甚至很多被烧成了平地。从星期二以来，过去的5天里，示威者已经点燃了200台车，和有超过200个警察受伤。内部大臣 Gerhard Darman 在星期六说，并且他补充到，他们的平均年龄被捕的在17岁左右。法国政府派出了45000名警察人力，在星期六在城市的大街通过这个国家。Darman 他发表说，在星期天的早上3点，这个晚上比以前要更加平静，要感谢警察的这个有力的行为。星期天的早上，内部大臣指出，警察在第15个晚上逮捕了719个人。这个死亡重新点燃了敏感的关于种族歧视的话题，以及警察粗鲁的面对在法国有色人种的问题。法国没有提供关于种族的数据。在2017年的来自法国人权研究的一个杂志，他说，年轻人感觉作为黑人或者是阿拉伯人是更加容易的被警察让他们停下来，把他们截下来。的贫穷、种族歧视、失业和工作机会的缺乏是严重的问题。在法国的很多社区，在这里的很多的居民，他们沿着他们的足迹，在来自前法国的殖民地，他们并没有在法国扎根，他们与结构性的种族主义、警察的暴力做斗争。且尽管这些人他们已经在法国生活了有3代甚至4代，然而对于经济机会仍然是对他们的种族是不平等的。总部位于布鲁塞尔的国际政治经济的欧盟中心的一个总监叫 Hausik Lee， 他告诉中国日报，在星期天说到这些。Teen's death recognizes racial discrimination issue. French police arrested at least 719 people during the 5th night of protests across the country on Saturday.Even as the French Interior Minister indicated that the night was calmer than the previous ones. Earlier in the day, the funeral of 7-year-old Nahel M was held in the Paris suburb of Lanteria, where the teenager of Algerian descent once lived and was killed by police. Nahel was shot at point-blank range by an officer during a traffic stop on Tuesday. A video showed 2 officers at the window of Lahel's yellow Mercedes, one with his gun pointed at the teenager. Lahel pulled forward. The officer fell through the windshield. His death has triggered protests and riots across French cities. French Finance Minister Bruno Le Maire said that more than 700 shops, supermarkets, restaurants and bank branches had been ransacked, looted, and sometimes even burned to the ground since Tuesday. In the past 5 days, rioters have torched 2,000 vehicles and more than 200 police officers had been injured. French Interior Minister Gerhard Darmanin said on Saturday, adding that the average age of those arrested was 17. French government dispatched 45,000 police personnel on Saturday to city streets across the country. Darmanin tweeted at 3 a.m. on Saturday that the night had been calmer than previous ones thanks to the resolute action by the police. On Sunday morning, the Interior Ministry put the arrests by police during the fifth light at 719. The deaths reignited the sensitive issue of racial discrimination and police brutality against people of color in France. France does not provide data based on ethnicity, but at 2017 study by the Defender of Rights, a French human rights watchdog, the young men perceived as black or Arab were much more likely to be stopped by police than their peers. Persistent poverty, racial discrimination, joblessness, and the lack of opportunities were serious issues in French communities where many residents trace their roots to former French colonies. Laws are not just rooted in France's struggle with structural racism and police violence, but the unequal economic opportunities for its minorities, despite being established in French society for 3-4 generations. Sakali Makiyama, director of the Brussels-based European Center of International Political Economy, told China Daily on Sunday. The article said that a black young teenager who drive a yellow Mercedes and still easily to stopped by policemen, and the police brutally shoot it until his death. It shows that in Western countries, even people who come from former French colonies via 3-4 generations and still hardly to get more equal treatment, more opportunities, and more job, and get the police officer brutally violence treatment. The article also showed that to the routes during 15 days, the police still arrested 719 teenagers take part in the routes. It showed that the arrested teenagers, they are white or black or else. There is no doubt that it's these days recognize racial discrimination, and more young teenagers, they are appear for demands of justice and equality.